Okay, and we're starting recording. Osama just joined us, and he just left. So this is sort of an interesting combination meeting that we're trying to do here, which is a retro, a kickoff, and then sort of a pairing session on user stories. So we're going to test it out. We're kind of having trouble scheduling everyone since we live all across the globe. So that's sort of the plan for now. It's a little informal. We'll just see how it goes. So I think we will start with the retro, if you guys are ready. I don't know if, Laura, you want to drive on that portion since it's kind of your thing as Scrum Master, just sort of reflecting on the process. We're just getting started, so we don't expect too much yet. But it's a good opportunity to reflect and try to figure out how to improve the process. So I don't know if you have like any questions that
so just so just from a retro perspective, because we haven't started any, well, we've done a 2-week sprint, but no development as yet.
Right.
So just from, and we've just been testing out the Scrum bot, which just to get everybody comfortable with, which I think is starting to work. The only thing is that I just noticed that sometimes it asks you 2 or 3 times to report. I'm not understanding why that's doing that. And but from you guys, are you comfortable? Are you happy with the Scrum bot that we're using? Is it something that you think we should keep?
So hi, it's Brent. I think once it's been used properly, as in we start in development, I think we'll be able to understand how good it is and how effective it is. But based on just the test we've done, it seems like a good idea. But I think we need to try it out in the wild to be totally sure that it's going to meet our needs. But by discussing real activity rather than how we've been using it so far.
Okay. Happy with that?
Sigu, any thoughts so far?
So what I like about the bot is that whenever I see the notifications, I'm like, okay, I need to do something about PhoenixOne. There's something I have to do about PhoenixOne so that I can report that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I like about it. It keeps reminding me on what to do on PhoenixOne. The other thing, it doesn't really... Okay, one thing that I wish it was able to do was to remind you, or really give your team members what you said that you will do. And okay, let's say yesterday I said that I'm going to work on something and I was not able to finish that. Okay, if I do a report today, it should at least show that yesterday I wanted to do this and I was not able to do this. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's a feature that you would need to kind of contact them and tell them.
Yeah, but so far so good. I like it. At least it's like a reminder. Can you please do something on PhoenixOne?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that feedback, Sue. And we do have Osama joining us again. We're here for a minute.
Yes.
Just to catch you up a little bit, we're doing retro, then kickoff a little bit on that, and then a little bit pairing on user stories. And retro is just like a retrospective of the process before that we're going through as a sprint. Not really about the actual development, but maybe the process of our agile team. Do you have any reflections on the stand-up lead bot, Osama?
Well, I think it will be to start working on the project. It was a little weird in the last week because since we were not doing the having it having it pop up with questions every day was a little weird, I think. But I think in the long run, it would be a good idea to use.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It might get a little annoying right now if we don't have anything to report, right? But that's something that's kind of good about it. That it does have that feature that you can say, I have nothing to report. You know, you can make it go away, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One question, why does it keep asking us once we have, if we want to do like a survey, it asks us after every...
That's only because I left it in there. I did it for like the second time we tested it.
Okay.
And
It asked me yesterday again.
right, and I forgot to take it out.
Okay.
So it's this one right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I think right here we're kind of saying no, it'd be kind of a bad idea. It might be a good idea, but it would be limiting. So it does. Something that's good about it is that it gives us the option to, like I wrote all these right here. Yes, great idea. No, that would be limiting. So we could tailor it.
Federico, where would I never saw that survey you talked about. Where I'm obviously not looking correctly, but where did that come up?
So I think, have you answered any of the questions any of the times, or have you always answered like no, I have nothing to report?
Yeah, it's been nothing to report.
Yeah. So you actually have to go through it because it's like question number 4.
Right. Okay.
And so you have to answer the 4 questions. You know, what did you plan on doing over the next 24 hours, last 24 hours, and any blockers. And then it asks you for that. I think I got it down here.
Right, understood. Okay, I'll maybe do that tomorrow when it pops up then.
Yeah, well, probably tomorrow I'll take it out. So.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Not to worry.
A little annoying. Does anyone have any suggestions for another survey we might try?
Maybe I think after our second sprint, because we still.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have any. I don't know. I mean, there aren't any questions. Or maybe it's your skill level on Elixir. What are you expecting? So do you understand Elixir? No, I don't know, something like that maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say something similar in that, I have no Elixir skills and it's not something I'm looking at doing at the moment, but I would still like to be involved in, not necessarily in coding, but in pushing the project forward. So yeah, it'd be good to understand, I guess, what people's expectations are in terms of their involvement maybe.
So that's
or maybe a survey on where developers would be most comfortable working on. So what I mean is maybe we do a survey about where do we want to work, either on the front end or the back end. This, as Lara just said, not everyone is really comfortable with Elixir yet, and that includes me. In the long run, I would like to be included in the backend development, but for now, I would really prefer to just start with on the front end because that's where I'm most comfortable right now.
Okay. Yeah, good. That's good feedback. That's a good idea. We might run that survey. The thing about it is, just a little update for the rest of you guys. We're working on like a partnership deal with them. Perhaps we're gonna communicate with them about maybe. So this is like our sponsorships levels that we have, and so maybe like in exchange for them letting us use the app for all of Agile Ventures. We might offer them like a basic level of sponsorship to where they have a banner on the website and send them out in the newsletter, something about them. Because right now it's, yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I think we need to look at the value of their bot and the value of sponsorship and match it. So, if the bot is worth, let's say, £150 a month, then we need to look at giving them the same level of sponsorship.
Yeah. And I thought that some published a list of alternatives to stand-up play, that some of them were free. Have you tried any of them, Federico?
No, I have not. I haven't even looked at it. I've been sort of every day, I've been corresponding with the guy, Alex from Stand Up Play, and I've been telling him that, we're thinking about looking at alternatives.
I think there are only two,
Okay.
but this looked the most promising. So, but we can test the others.
Yeah. Just to touch on the sort of the par value question, I mean, they do charge $120. I guess it would be, let's see, $10 per month for every additional 5 respondents. So for all of AV, that would be quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, if we have, I don't know, like 50, that'd be like $500. So I think it'd be okay. Now they did give us a discount for what was it, $250 a month. But yeah, I basically stated that Agile Ventures is we don't do any fundraising. We're on a pretty tight budget, so that's where it led up to the whole partnership deal possibility. But yeah, we need to look into that a little more. We're discussing it with Sam. We'll get back to them. The thing that I was going to say about the survey is that we do need to have that increased, because right now we only have 5 respondents that we could send to, and that's I think basically to all of us right here, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all of us right here being sent to every day. And so if you're not one of the respondents, then you can't do the survey. Yeah.
Well, I didn't receive any surveys today. So, but yesterday and the day before that, I think, and the day before that too, I think I received them.
Yeah, I moved it out. It's going to go out in about 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had it earlier the first 2 days of the week, and then I moved it. And it just to give me a little more time to edit it. But then yesterday I forgot to edit to take out the survey. If you guys are okay, I don't want to take up too much time on this. Laura, do you have anything else on retro or anything?
So I just Frederico and I have just been working on the user stories, just updating Pivotal Tracker, just so that we define them a bit better. So when as soon as the app is scaffolded, then we can get going. I think there's still 3 more votes that we need to reveal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we're at with the user stories. Is there anything from your side, guys? I know we're all eager to get cracking on this, and
I haven't seen any development on the user stories unless can we have a notify channel? So
we do. Sorry, that was also set up. This was also set up this week, or last week, was the PhoenixOne notify. There is a channel for it.
So I'll invite you. See you.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyone here else want?
Yes, please. Yes, that'd be useful.
Anything else?
Yeah. Anything else from anybody?
Concerning anything specific or anything about what you've talked about?
Anything specific to PhoenixOne?
Okay. So an idea just popped in my mind. Federico,
Sure.
do you control the questions that is asked by Stand-Uply, or they are standard questions?
It can be customized completely, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I had the idea that you can include part of the questions that what exciting thing have you learned about Elixir? So someone can tell us something exciting that they've learned. Like the other day, the other day I learned that if you do one space dot something, the space does not really matter in Elixir.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, such things, just for fun, not
Yeah.
so serious, but people can learn from that.
Good
Yeah, that's a
idea.
good idea.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, I was reminded of this earlier. I kind of posted it in one of the daily stand-ups, I think yesterday. I was thinking about doing daily pairing sessions or mobbing sessions on the Phoenix framework guides, if anyone was interested. Because, you know, they've updated them for Phoenix 1.3, and there's some of through the stand-ups, we've learned that some of you guys are not quite as comfortable with Phoenix yet. And I think I don't know, I'm throwing it out there if anyone would be interested in like just Monday through Friday, just working through the guides.
Yeah,
You guys are familiar with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be useful, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so good. So yeah, we might try that then.
Should we do the usual 1 hour, or we can fix it to 30 minutes? Then we do like twice a week.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, Sigu?
I'm asking, should we do the usual way that you normally do it, a continuous 1 hour, which some people cannot make it, or can we do 30 minutes, like twice in a week, 30 minutes?
You're talking about for the
pairing?
mob or the pairing,
Yeah.
yes. That's just a suggestion.
Yeah, well, I'm open to whatever. I mean,
Yeah, I think that is even our plan. I know we're gonna do. I think it's a good idea for the mobbing sessions, and then we're going to do one live stand-up a week, Federico.
Yeah, well, that was the original plan. So what do you think of that? Should we do that still?
I do think so. I think it's important.
Okay.
So maybe we do. Maybe what we can do is. Well, we must just see which days are good for everybody.
So Federico, the daily mobs you just mentioned,
right?
How long were you thinking? And would they take people from the scratch, or are they going to be looking at different parts of the language? So they're sort of supplementary to the main mob, or for like myself who hasn't been attending the main mob, would I pick up Elixir just by attending those like guides that you talked about?
Yeah, so you know what's a perfect analogy is Michael Hartle's book, where he specifically says, you know, yes, you do need to learn Ruby, but it's better to just dive right into Rails and learn Ruby along the way.
Okay.
That's sort of his style. And I think it would be sort of the same, that especially if you already know Ruby, where you could catch on. I mean, there are some things that are particular to Phoenix, to Elixir. However, you could start learning it just if you dive right into Phoenix.
Right. Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think depending on. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Osama.
Sorry. What I wanted to say is that because there are some major differences between Elixir and other languages, I don't think it would be a good idea to dive directly into Phoenix. At least you have to learn about pattern matching and things that doesn't exist in other languages.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. I mean, you should try to learn it. It would be better. But I think what Brent is basically asking is, would he be okay, or would he be totally lost? And I would say that he'd be okay. Especially if he tries to, you know, if he sees, okay, we're doing pattern matching here. I didn't really understand that part. Let me Google it. You know, he could try to understand it in context.
Yeah, definitely. If you are an experienced programmer, then you would get up to speed quickly. I'm just saying that you should consider that some parts of Elixir are pretty different from other languages.
Okay, yeah.
I agree. And Brent's pretty experienced, so I think he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, so I'm gonna file that under kickoff since we've been talking for a while, so that we could say that we've done some of kickoff. Did we decide on live stand-ups? We were gonna talk about that, right? In the chat, maybe.
Yeah.
Discuss later.
So.
Go ahead, Laura.
Yeah. So the only bad day for me is a Tuesday. So just putting it out there, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I can make most days sort of UTC 12 onwards.
12 on, noon onwards. Okay.
Yeah.
I can make whatever you decide, guys. I'm a freelancer, so I control my time.
Osama, where are you based?
I'm covered, so.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear you. Which country are you in?
What country? I'm in Algeria.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the time there now?
It's UTC +1.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, great. So, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so we'll decide on that a little later, but maybe once per week you're thinking. Well, how about this? Just let me throw this out there real quickly. So maybe once per week have a live hangout, daily stand-up, and every other week it would be like this meeting right now, the Sprint Kickoff. Mm-hmm. So like total there would be one live hangout meeting per week. You think that'd be okay, or you think we need more, Laura?
Well, let's start with one. Let's start with one and see how it goes.
Okay. Are you guys okay with this time? Obviously, you guys were okay with it this week, but like, well, I don't really want to talk about time change because it's really confusing. I mean, I can show you guys.
Yeah, London changes on Sunday, I think.
Yeah. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm over here. Osama's right here. This is UTC. Brent is right there.
Go to next week. Just go to next week for us this time, which is the 2nd.
Is Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a separate calendar.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, because I know that London's clocks change, so we on Sunday.
So it will be 1:35 p.m. this time next week. But that, for me, you know, if I'm the only one from the UK, that works for me. So that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Well, let's see how it goes. We'll do next week. Let's do next week stand up at the same time. Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, that's okay. My time has never changed, and I'm okay with this time.
Okay.
But it will change for you, Sigurd. For you and I, what's your time now? You 4:30, yeah. So it will move to 5:30 for you.
It's off. So
when UK clocks change next week, it will move to 5:30 for you.
5:30.
Mm.
Oh, so it won't remain. It will be 5:30.
Yeah.
5:30 in the evening. Yeah, I think that's also cool. Yeah, that's good now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's enough.
Are you sure? I thought it moves. The clocks move backwards.
So in the fall, it falls back. So yes,
yeah. So it goes to. So it'll be 3:30 for you guys, won't it? Because it basically, for us in the UK, we would be the same as UTC next week or GMT.
So we will be 2 hours. South Africa will be 2 hours ahead of you.
Yeah, so it will be, so you will be 3:30 next week, not 4:30. Sorry, not 5:30.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that's right. Sorry, I'm looking at my clock now. So, yes, so I'll be 3:30 and Sigur, you'll be 4:30. Sorry, got it.
And I did not get any of that. I'm like,
So
I'm
my
not
time
even-
never changed.
Yeah. Just,
I'm not
just
even
look for
trying.
the stand-up notifications. That's it.
Yeah.
Just check every hour.
And
Yeah,
then,
sure.
you know,
So just to check, next week we'll be at 3:30 UTC.
No, 2.
Right.
Sorry, 2 o'clock. What time did we start this? We started half an hour ago.
1 p.m. UTC. This is UTC right here,
Yeah.
Freetown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So next week we'll start at 2:30 UTC, right?
2 UTC, not 2:30. 2.
Yeah, sorry, Osama. I was just talking about the current time, which is why I added the 30 on. So apologies for that.
Okay.
So it's 2.
Okay. So it
2.
will be 3 p.m. for me.
Yes.
Yes.
If you say so, Osama, I believe you. Then the week after that, will be time clock changes over here in the U.S. and that'll just throw everything off again.
Even
Great.
more.
I'd rather just let it happen.
Where I am,
Yeah.
time never changes. So UTC +1
Oh, okay.
is always the same. So
Okay.
we don't have the daytime time. What is it called? Daytime saving or something like that. So,
Yeah. Daylight savings,
Yeah.
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 And what's
So we
good
don't
about
have that in America.
Okay. Yeah, what's good about this is this, you know, it modifies accordingly. Like since you say it won't change, then this won't change.
Yeah.
But for us, for me over here, it'll change automatically and this one will change automatically. So I'll just look at this and figure it out in a week and in 2 weeks.
Yeah, basically,
ahead, Steve.
Federico, if you maintain the UTC, then we will never be affected. As long as it was at noon UTC, it will be 3 o'clock my time. If it was 1, it will be 4 o'clock my time. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always like that.
Yeah, let's always stick to UTC hopefully, and that'll make things easier. Instead of like modifying the UTC to adjust, let's not do that.
Perfect.
So enough time talk. Can we please move on?
Yes.
All right. So should we? Anything else about like moving forward? Oh, something to add is that tomorrow in the React mob, the premium mob React, we're gonna try to work on a ticket. It might end up being like the YouTube story. What's it called? Link YouTube or something real simple. Something that we could do on the front end with React. So there's that, and we're gonna try to do some testing as well. So we'll see how that goes. I might share that video with you guys if it's okay with Sam. And
What time's that tomorrow, Federico? I might try and join that if I can.
yeah, it's noon UTC.
Cool. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. And Osama, if you wanna, we do have, if you would like to join us, if you'll follow Agile Ventures on Twitter,
Yeah.
or like us on Facebook, you do get a free session, a free premium mob session, and you'd be able to join. Yeah, if you would like to join tomorrow at noon UTC.
So at what time it will be tomorrow? I'm not sure if I can make it or not.
Okay, so it would be at 1 your time, 1 p.m.
Okay, so 1 p.m. is 1 p.m. is not good for me. Tomorrow is Friday, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so 1 p.m. Friday is not a good time for. So guys, I'm not sure if you are aware of this or not, but I'm a Muslim, so
Okay.
I hope that's not a problem.
No.
So,
I won't No.
Friday 1 p.m. is usually prayer time, so and
Okay.
it's mandatory in my religion. It's like
Okay.
mass on Friday and Sundays for
Yes. Yes.
Christians. Yeah, so
Yes.
it's something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Yeah. No
fine.
problem. Thanks for
That's
letting us know.
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we might share that video perhaps so that you can watch it. Right. So anything else relating to sprint number 2 that we could talk about quickly?
Okay, so sprint number 2, if somebody would like to take on the task of scaffolding the app, would be fantastic, because it's, I think, what's kind of a bit of a blocker at the moment, because there are some features that have been voted on and the user stories are there. So yeah.
Yeah, I can take care of the React part if you want.
Okay, that's fine. So you can just assign it to yourself in Pivotal Tracker, and if you have any questions, then just put them forward on Slack, and we'll answer best we can.
Yes. Okay. So just one question: are we going to develop the front end and back end separately, or are we going to do just one project with both parts in the same repo? Because as I said before, I'm somewhat familiar with Phoenix 1.2, having followed the Udemy course. I forgot the author's name. So
Stephen Grider, yeah.
Yeah, Stephen. Having followed Stephen's course, but I know that he pushed an update, but I haven't watched it yet, and I'm not sure what are the differences between 1.3 and 1.2.
They're quite big.
Yeah, so.
Well, not too, I wouldn't say big, but there are some substantial changes.
Yeah, so the reason I ask is if we are going to do the front end and the back end separately, then I can take care of the scaffolding of the React part, because I won't have to deal with Phoenix yet. But okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I've been sort of debating it in my head how to do this. I've talked about it with Sam a little bit. It's because I think I have too many options, so I can't really decide, and I should just go with something. We do have the option of just having like a Phoenix app, and then within the Phoenix app itself have the React app within the assets folder. This is something new that's in Phoenix 1.3. So instead of the static folder, we have the assets folder. And within there, you could do like everything as you would normally within a React app, like all the node modules, the package.json. You could add all the components there. So there's that. There's also, I've been debating whether I should do an umbrella app. I don't know if you guys have read up on that on Elixir.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast about that.
Yeah.
On the Elixir Fountain podcast.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, I kind of want to do that, but I think it would complicate things a little bit too much, and so I may not end up doing that.
Yeah, but if I understood correctly, umbrellas are for big projects. So if I understand correctly, an umbrella project is just a sub application, if you will. So it's a part of a bigger application, and I think for the time being, the PhoenixOne project is not that large to divide it into multiple sub apps.
Yeah. So I think where the creator of Phoenix, he says, think about the data storage. If it's going to have separate data storage, then you might have a couple of, Phoenix apps or whatever apps under the umbrella. If it's the same storage, the same database, then you might not want to do an umbrella app. So,
okay,
yeah.
I have a suggestion, Federico.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, can we have this discussion for the next couple of days before we make a final decision? Let's look at the possible options, okay, on how to do this. Then at individuals levels, and look at different ways of doing this application. Then we can merge, maybe create our own meeting, me, you, and Osama, or any other person who's interested. We brainstorm on this so that we decide on how to scaffold the application.
I think that's a good idea.
If that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's a good
we spend
idea.
our personal time looking at different ways of doing this.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We could try that. I did like the idea of having the deadline of the React mob, like having something done by tomorrow, so that we could start on that. But it might be good to have you guys help me out, decide on this instead.
It's okay to have that. Yeah, it's also okay to have that tomorrow because we don't know which way we are going, and the work of the React mob is to learn and make React stick. So as long as they do it, then they'll have learned something, whether we use it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll work on this right now. The only other thing that I was going to add, that whether it should be the front end and the back end separate, I did kind of want to go for, if you guys know what an isomorphic app is, to where there is some server side.
Yeah, but we would need Node.js for that.
Well, I think we can make it work with Phoenix.
Are you sure? Because for the server rendering part, I think that you can't do it in other languages and frameworks. You'll have to use Node.js for that.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll have to double check that then. Thank you, Osama. But the whole point is to have it render something, and it's better for SEO purposes because it doesn't have to wait. It has to fetch a lot of data, like for example from YouTube, or the actual API of our app.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so that was another debate I was having. Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead, Osama. Go ahead.
I just said it's also good for performance.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So it'll load faster. Yeah. So I guess we'll take a little bit of time to look into that, and maybe decide over the next couple of days. Anything else for the sprint number 2?
I just want to check that you have prioritized the backlog, huh?
Yes. It's not solid. It's not set in stone, but I think so. Yeah.
But for the sprint, yeah. I mean, the sprint we can change. It is adaptable, but just to check that you've got the ones that you want at the top.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And we haven't decided our deadline for us for scaffolding the application.
I think that's dependent on what we decide, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think it's going to be a continuous conversation on Slack and sharing of knowledge as you find it. So I would say by next week, Tuesday, when we have our live stand-up, let's have some decisions.
Okay, we have a live stand-up on Tuesday.
Not Tuesday, Thursday, sorry. Thursday.
Okay, all right. Okay, I think that's enough time for us to do all the research that we need.
Yeah. Okay, great. If there are any problems, just let us know ahead of time.
Right.
Anything
we move
else?
on to maybe wrapping up the stories, user stories quickly.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about quickly. How much time do you
Yeah.
guys have?
I've got 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes where we, yeah.
So I would not say that's enough time unless we want to speed through them. Shall we? What do you think, Lara?
To speed through them, like, let me just quickly share my screen. And just in terms of what we've put together, you and I, so far, or in terms of actually writing them?
So I think writing would take longer. Maybe we could finalize some votes, or at least maybe work on one story, maybe. Or,
Chris.
you know what? Do we have everything ready at the very top if they're prioritized?
We just need to update this one that's voted on. I think I needed to respond, which now that we've got a user story is, for me, I think the majority was simple, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm happy to go to simple. So I know that some wireframes need to be done, and I need to get some wireframing done also for the other project. I don't have time. Time. So I mean, we've already got 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stories that are ready to go.
Should we use this time to just finalise the votes on the ones that are still needing votes? So if they've got only a couple of people voted, because there's more than two of us here, then maybe we can vote on those.
Yeah, let's let's finish up on the votings that have been done, so that we can just get everybody's clarification.
Sure.
So where were we? Just make this bigger. I can see what's going on. Votes. Okay, how do we know? Okay, so that story with this one here, link YouTube was 417. 417 was, there's 417.
Do you want to do a Command F, Laura?
417 is here. Okay, so I was on Medium and Federico was on Medium. So you guys were the only ones that were on Medium. The rest of us were on Simple. Do you want to clarify why you were on Medium? Or you may have already, but...
I'm looking up the conversation real quickly.
I don't think there was a conversation on that. There's nothing.
What's that?
There's no conversation pinned to that.
I think we had it separately. Hang on, let me double check. Yeah.
So it's me and Federico to explain why we are on Media, because the rest are on Simple.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I went for the Medium because, okay, I watched that video, but there are those gray areas that I was not aware of. I didn't know if we are getting the preview and saving the preview, or and saving the link to that particular preview as an image, or we are doing that on the front end, which will mean it's purely on the React side.
Sure. That's good.
Okay, because we have both the React and the Phoenix side, so I didn't know which end this will work with.
Yeah, and so I think it might be React, but I think at the very beginning it'll just be simple HTML, JS. And by the way, go ahead.
sorry to interrupt you. I think what we need to do is we need to make more labels so that we can say React, Phoenix, Elixir,
Yeah,
or
good idea, yeah.
yeah.
By the way, just looking at the conversation, I think I was happy to go with simple, and we were just waiting for Sigu if he was okay with going with simple.
Yeah, I'll be okay going with simple if I was doing it in Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it
But
will be.
we can always upvote, you know, later on once we're in it.
Okay.
Once whoever's taken it on as a feature, then
Yeah.
if we find that it needs to go to a 2, then whoever's working on it can change it. It's not a problem. Then the other one was, what is this one? This is 364.
So add information about. Deserving cause, okay.
Okay, so 364. We had Neon Simple, Code Junkie, Summer, which was hard. Okay, let's just go back here. Okay, so Osama, do you want to say why you chose hard?
For what story?
So I
I'll tell you.
think he already had an answer here, which was.
Yeah. I think I misvoted on that one. Yeah, I think I was trying to vote on one of the stories related to payment system, and I think I voted on that one accidentally. So, and I think I already said so on Slack.
Yeah, you said it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were happy to go with simple.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah.
Okay, I'm also, now that we've written the user stories, I'm also happy to go down to simple.
So I believe you were already at simple, Laura.
Am I? Okay, so
yeah.
Yeah, just Segu and Frederica.
Right. So let me review the story one more time. Yes, so as a deserving cause, so that we can meet our worthy goals, able to describe our goals and objectives. Yeah, I guess I could go with simple on that one. The initial part, yeah.
Okay.
Sigu, would you be okay with simple?
I vote on medium for that.
Yeah, you voted medium.
Okay, I think I was on high. I was high on something. Let's go simple.
Should never admit to that, Sigu.
That's funny. Okay. Well, we're at the top of the hour, so I think we can do the rest on Slack. We do have quite a few to start on here, so which is great. Is there
Laura,
anything else from anything else? Yeah.
Yeah, Laura, on the ones that are still waiting votes, it might be worth reposting the links to the votes in the channel so that people don't have to scroll back to find them, and it might prompt people to vote.
Well, we just need to, we need to review, once we've revealed them, then I think that's a great idea. I think we can then just say.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's reveal it, then share it, and then we'll repost it at the very bottom. Yeah.
Great.
Cool. So yeah, we're at the top of the hour, and I think that's a good time to wrap up the meeting. Does anyone have anything else that we need to keep track of?
That's all.
I'm good, thank you.
I'm good too.
Yeah, I'm also good.
All right, excellent. So this will wrap up the second official meeting, and we are now officially on Sprint 2. Congratulations, everyone, I guess.
Yay.
So I'll stop the broadcast, and I'll let you guys